Hello, Teacher Preston here with another video. So before is when I was in Georgia, before we came to Sri Lanka, I sort of started thinking about, I started studying Latin, and as a sort of way to keep my Romance languages fresh, but also it's good for the mind. Um, so this morning when I was doing my sort of study session, usually I do 20, 30 minutes, I sort of thought to myself, what's the point of learning ancient languages in this sort of modern time? Why is it important? So thought in the sort of idea of Latin, if you would, it's very important because it ties into all the Romance languages. So it gives you a very good idea of how everything fits together, grammar, and it would make it easier to learn French. Well, I'd say French less so, but Italian, they say is the closest language to Latin. Spanish and Portuguese, even Romanian, if you had that sort of base. But even in English, so much of English is Latin. If you look at it, that's also why our grammar is messed up, because it's actually Latin grammar that's been imposed on English. That's why everything's what's the right word? That's why the exception is the rule in English grammar. So that's Latin, but at the same time, I'm also studying biblical Hebrew, not because I'm religious, just sort of brushing up on my language, but the wording in biblical Hebrew is just so rich, you know. There's a lot of rich expressions. So it will bolster your language. It'll also sort of give you a better idea of where it came from and where it's going. That's why in a lot of countries, so for instance, in Greece and Cyprus, they have to learn ancient Greek because it gives them a good idea, what gives them appreciation of their language and where it came from, but it also shows them how everything fits together. And it enriches your vocabulary. I think also sort of side note from actual physical benefits of the language, I think it's good for the mind. So studying ancient language like Latin, I think, well, I find it anyway, very therapeutic. And also you're not going to get bamboozled by various law terms as well, because a lot of the law terms are Latin. So you know exactly what they're talking about. Yeah, so I think that's a sort of very, very important thing. I think also the good thing would be to look at a sort of long-term thing. So now in my Latin study, I don't sort of see it as a sort of 6 months or a year thing. I sort of see it as a sort of lifelong endeavor that is sort of good for the mind. Mens sana in corpore sano. So I encourage you to look at sort of ancient languages that well, of the modern languages that you know, I should say, and maybe start taking a look at them and that kind of thing. It'll definitely help, and it'll make your language richer, whichever language you speak. Thank you for joining me for this video. Bye bye, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.